Hi guys. Okay, I feel like there's this video that's been bubbling up inside of me all day, and I was just gonna sit down and just start talking and see where we go. I love filming vlogs. They're just like fun and easy and sweet, but I feel like we need substance. And I talked about that in my last vlog, that I never want you to leave a vlog of just like, okay, I just saw all the stuff she used today, and that's that. Like, I just think we are lacking substance in this world. And so I don't know. That's where these videos come from, is just a desire for substance and real communication and honesty and whatnot. So we'll see where this goes, but it all has kind of started with the game of social media. This week, last week, for the last month or so, and I've talked about this, I've just felt led and pushed to be consistent. And with that, I'm just trusting that, like, the Lord, if it's His will, is going to get my posts out there, and He's going to draw the right women to my page who will be helped by it, who will find encouragement from it, who are just needing the message that I'm bringing. But with that, like anybody, I look at my social media and my Instagram posts and my reels, and I go like, why are my views so bad one day, and then I'll randomly have a video that does so well, and even then my videos that do so well are like pretty mediocre in the grand scheme, which is fine. But there is this level of like, everybody's trying to sell you a course on how to get seen on Instagram, how to get followers on Instagram or YouTube or whatever. It's a million courses out there. But it feels so yucky to me. And so it's this pull of like, sorry, there's kids in the background, but it's this pull of, I want to do things with excellence. And so if I feel like the Lord has led me to share about health, about fitness, about mindset, and just encouraging women on these things, I want to do that well. And so there was a part of me that's like, well, should probably do some research. Like, how do I do this well? How do I help the message get out? And yet, as I was like watching a YouTube video on how to do that, how to get your reels to go viral, this just sense of yuck came over me, and almost an anxiety started to like bubble up. And I just was like, no, like, I just can't do it. I can't use AI. I can't, like, there's just something where I'm like, if God can't grow it organically, and if He, or if he won't, not can't, we all know He can, but if He doesn't, then maybe that's His plan. I don't know. This is hard. It's one of those like not so black and white things, because yes, we want to do things with excellence. So does that mean you do all the research and you take the advice and you follow the world's steps to getting noticed, essentially? Or do you say like, sorry, but I just can't do it? Like, if it feels that yucky, and I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying I think it's wrong for me. And I think it's okay to just decide that something isn't right for what the Lord's calling you to. And I think there's a level of trust that God's just asking me to give Him, of like, create the content, be steady, be consistent, grow through that, and don't compare. Because what was really happening is I was looking at other accounts, and I was looking at other people's reels and their views, and just going like, like, what am I doing wrong? And I was measuring the worth and the value on my posts on the views and on the response or the lack of response. And I think that is the danger of social media and the world we live in, is that's what we measure our worth and our value by. What is your social media presence? And I guess I just feel like I don't want to build a following just to build a following, because all I'm left with is serving a community of people that it would feel like came to my page based on a trick almost, or a formula. And I want women who come across one of my posts to genuinely relate to it, and to know that there's a genuine person creating them, and that I won't follow a formula if that's not what God's laid on my heart, and if I don't have a genuine, experience or heart for what I'm saying. Because as I'm watching this video, it's like, go to your competitor's page and see which reels are doing well and what they're about, and then basically, recreate that for yourself. And I just was like, ew. Like, where is our creativity as human beings? That, like, God placed so much creativity in us. And this formula of an algorithm it's stealing that. Like, it's no longer, we're all just getting tricked into following certain accounts based on an algorithm and what a computer's telling us. And so for me, I've just realized, like, I'm going to have to just trust that God will grow what I'm doing, as long as I'm just asking him to lead me. So that's kind of where I landed. But in all of that, it made me realize too, the correlation to our nutrition and our health, and how, it's the same thing. Like, we research on, like, the different ways we can hack our health, and what is the formula for 6-pack abs, and like, what is the ultimate nutrition plan, and like style of eating, and we just like follow in droves of like, well, this is what they're telling us right now. And I just am like, this is where my heart is women are so just entrapped in following society, and men too, but like this is for the women, because we're so consumed with being on trend and not missing the next like great diet or type of exercise, that we can't even see clearly or ask the Lord for direction anymore. Like, it's literally like we're going to go to Instagram to find our direction on what we need to eat and how we need to exercise. And, that algorithm is just it's going to tell us, because the trending diet advice is going to come to the top of the page. And I don't know if the trending diet advice will ever be, what I'm saying over here, but gosh, like, how much of our lives are wasted on looking for the next answer, on seeking perfection. So that's my heart here, is I just want women free to say like, hey, Lord, show me what's best for my body, and bring me the influences that I truly need. Like, don't let just social media determine this. Bring the right people into my life, like real people, real health coaches. Like, look beyond TikTok and beyond Instagram. And you may find the most genuine, amazing coaches on Instagram, but just go in eyes wide open, because I think we'll start to see what pages are just full of gimmicks. And, it's just like attention seeking and just saying what the algorithm wants them to say so that their post can float to the top. And I just think of how many women are being steered the wrong direction because of an algorithm. So, I don't know. This was just like in me. I don't know if any of this is making sense to anyone else. Maybe I'm preaching to myself. But yeah, this was just what I was faced with today, was realizing that I needed to dial it back, because I was getting a little bit consumed with like, I want the message out there, and the Lord has just given me so much inspiration, and I feel like I could sit on my phone and create like 5 posts a day, because I just feel like it's just flowing out of me right now, and that's like so cool. But then the reel will just kind of flop, and it kind of sends you into like, oh, second. Hey Bailey, I'll be out in 10 minutes, okay? But it can send you so quickly into self-doubt and into just like, oh, I guess maybe, this inspiration the Lord's giving me, like, it seems to be falling flat. So am I listening correctly? Or am I starting to just rely on my own knowledge, and that's why things aren't progressing? And so when I caught myself looking for videos on how to make my reels do better, or how to get more subscribers on YouTube, I felt convicted, and I had to stop myself. And I just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other with consistency and asking the Lord to lead, because that's where I feel peace. So maybe there's something in your life where you're pushing really hard and you've felt led to it, but you feel like there's a level of force you're starting to put behind it that is kind of creating anxiety and creating just, what's the word? It's just becoming consuming and seeding self-doubt and seeding even doubt in what you heard the Lord telling you and how you felt led. I think sometimes we just need to take a deep breath and like turn the world off and go back to what we originally felt led to do. And for me, that was never play the game of social media. It was always serve the community that you currently have. And when I think about that, there was a post that I put out this week that didn't do amazing, but I got a message from somebody one day that privately that was just like, I needed to hear that today. Like, that is going to get me through this day. And so that's when I go. So it didn't have to reach 1 million people, but it needed to reach one person that day. And that's where my encouragement lies, to keep going with social media. And that's where I will keep posting, because I think sometimes when you're posting the hard things and the mindset things, honestly, I think there's a level of people not wanting to engage with it, because engaging with it, liking something, I think there's a level of almost feeling like if you like that post about, body image or mindset, that you're admitting that that's a struggle for you. And I've caught myself there, where I'm seeing posts and I'm like, ooh, that's convicting. I don't know if I'm ready to like that, because I got to work through that still. I got to understand that more if that's something I'm dealing with and whatnot. And so I think it's just, once again, like, not seeking man's approval, but going after God's heart and going after his approval. And so that's just kind of the little lesson that I've been learning the last few days is like, I've really just got to release it. I can't control it, and I can't, just formulate it. Mommy, can you come out now? Yes, I'll be out in a minute. And I think so often I've said in my life, like, we run on God's economy, not man's economy, and that's how I've found peace in the financial, world that we live in, is like, God can do bigger things despite what man's economy is saying. Like, he can help us thrive in a crappy economy, and he can help get this message out if it's truly what he wants out there, and if he truly has women out there just waiting to be given permission to ditch the world standards of beauty and diet and fitness and all the confusion that the world brings to that topic. If he has women out there who need the message of, like, let it go, and walk in freedom, then he will bring those women despite the algorithm. So I just wanted to share that, because I don't know if it encourages you in some area, or if it was literally just for me to get it out of my mind. And sometimes when we say things, it helps clear up confusion. So yeah, that's where I'm at today, friends. And I thought I'd share it in case it helps anybody. But thank you for being here. I know it's precious time out of your day and your life, and so I pray that you're encouraged, and just that you see Jesus through this channel. That's really all I want, is to just walk in his will and share a message that Mommy, can you come out? Is important. So Mommy, I will chat with you all later. Remember to hit the subscribe button. Let me know if you like these chatty videos, and I'm gonna go parent my children.